these are all like second gen Doriaki stuff. Some other cool ones. This one's pretty neat. This one's like black and neon with like
Ooh.
nice neon veins with like a pink red sinus. What else? Yeah, some more. This is kind of just a cluster of big plants because we don't have room for everything else. But let's see, let's show y'all
I'll let you
some
go in
more
there.
cool like black purple. These are cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think this is Ace of Spades, Tim's Black crossed with Dark and Stormy. These are all second gen rhododendron crosses. Some of
Those are
them are
gonna be
happy.
cool.
Yeah, I'll show you. There's some other bigger Dark and Stormy stuff over there. That's cool. Let's see. These are fun. These are some like second gen Swampmanii stuff with these really neat like neon green veins and super dark like iridescent emergence.
What exactly is Swampmanii?
Yeah, there's a cross that we made probably 5 or 6 years ago. That's Hoffmanii or Indo-Dresslerii crossed with a dock block F2. So like one of the old like red purple crystal dock blocks.
Wow.
So
Okay.
which is one of the mothers is here, but this is the second gen. So this is F2s and then a bunch of other F2s, and then there'll be some like F3s that should be coming out later this year. There should be setting seed. There's like some big seeds, but these are some really cool. These were selected for like these like neon green crystals and really cool black purple emergent. Let's see. I think this is a really neat one back here. This one's like black, green, and red. That one's a really nice one. That's my favorite one. But yeah, there's 3 of those that I kept. All these 3 in a line. But these are some other Swampmanii IF2s over here. These are some really nice ones, like really cool black and reds. Then these are some other, really super black. Most of this is like black. Yeah. Some
That is
cool
so
black
dark.
and purples and reds. And yeah, these are some. All right. Yeah, some of these are all siblings over here, like black and reds.
And are these the Swampmanii F2?
This is just no. These are 2 plants we got from Phil. Like no, I guess probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Some of his first Tim Anderson crosses that he made. So these are Tim's Black and Tim Anderson Crystal Mag, and then an Ace of Spades. But so like 2 Tim's Blacks and a Crystal Mag, a Tim Anderson Crystal Mag, and a Tim's Black. But these are the nicest ones, and then these are all should we have F2s of these this if they decide to set seed. This one didn't, but some of them are. This one said seed, but all of these are all siblings. This one, and then this one over here.
Wow.
Like these are all selected for like the super black and red contrasty veins, and then nice leaf shape, and good texture. And then there's some other cool black and red stuff.
Look at that leaf back there.
Yeah, this is a really nice one with super red veins and like a black velvet leaf. And that one holds the black pretty good as they harden off.
What is that back there?
Which one?
The one we were just looking at.
This
the black
one,
and red.
these are Stripey Magpap, which was a cross between Phil and Paul did, I guess, a long time ago, which was, I think, Paul's Stripey Mag and Phil's Tim Anderson Magpap, crossed with a purple crystal.
That is so black.
Yeah, those are super, super black. I think, all of these are siblings kind of around here, but these have, I think we're missing the emergence, but they all have like a jet black. Oh, this one's kind of, you can see this is a sibling. They have like a jet black, dark purple emergent. I think this is another one too. This one kind of has an emergent on it. Yeah, but it's like a jet black that comes out to nice super dark black purple as it hardens off to green.
I love that you are so polar opposite with what you like.
Oh yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I like this, but I also like.
Yeah, you like all the different. You know, it's like it's hard to. You know, you can't pick a favorite. There's different favorites in different categories. You know. Yeah, these are some cool, weird, variegated stuff.
Ooh.
Let's see. This one's like, yeah, kind of like almost a real Tycon, like a little flat, wider sideness. Like these kind of come
Yeah.
out pink when they first come out, but
Pink.
like these little pink or orange, all the little variegated spots will come out kind of pink or orange, but they fade
I
quick
bet
on
that's
that one.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Hopefully it'll set seed. This one's an old one that's been.
What is it, Ross?
This is a Magnificum Moriente hybrid that we made. I don't know, yeah, probably 4 or 5 years ago. That's been slowly. I'll show you some of its siblings that have kind of been neglected over the years. But this one's doing good. This one decided to live. So, but this was crossed with I'll show you a variegated stripy magpap. This sibling, it's
variegated.
Yeah, the stripy magpap with rhododatum. These are two of its siblings too, but one of them came out variegated. But yeah, I'll show you the variegated one. But these are cool, super dark black velvet, but really nice stripy characteristics, and they come out with like a really nice. This is a newer leaf, but they come out with like super red veins and a nice red emergent. But yeah, some of those. But yeah, what else is over here? Lots of mixes. This is a cool one. I call this one Bad Bunny. It's like a black purple, super dark with nice ears. That's a original plant came from Marie at Regards before she closed, but it was a no ID she got from John Banta, and this was crossed with a Tim Anderson plant we got from Phil, and they came out kind of all weird. Well, one of them did, but that's like the nicest one.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous color.
Yeah, no one comes out like a black, purple, reddish color too, and then yeah, nice shape and easy to grow.
Oh, look at your weird inflows. Is that one
Yeah.
common to do that?
Yeah, these like Lux crosses seem to do that. These are all Pap Lux, and then these are bigger Silver Peru hybrids back here. Those are all tortured in like small pots because they'll get huge. So cross some of those with some trilobes. So we'll see if that turns out weird.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So hopefully that. We'll see. It looks like that one took, and there's another one that took over there. And
you should look at one of the mutations.
I think you think I should look at one of these. Okay, let's go look.
Oh yeah, this was that golden variegated Ralph Lyman Fort Sherman.
Whoa.
That's like a golden, I don't know, velvet that comes out, then it hardens off to group. It keeps like this cool golden color, but yeah, that's really nice purple, and then really cool.
Yeah. Holy.
Yeah. Oh, these are all the weird mutants and stuff. This is a weird fused sinus, like cup-shaped red crystal.
Oh my god, I love that.
Makes all these crazy cups and fused sinus, but it's a crazy vein pattern on it. Kind of a miniature one, so it's like this is the inflow's pretty big and they stay pretty stout.
Pretty compact.
Yeah, another cool like fused sinus red crystal. Yeah, some of those. You get those weird like double leaves or triple leaves like that.
Heck?
Here's another. I'll show you another weird one. You can keep going. Oh, right here. This is like another little weird one-off mutant leaf that like two of them fused together.
Oh my god.
It's like a little fish tail or something, mermaid tail. But yeah. Seems like they like to put out weird leaves after they suffer a catastrophic loss. They'll come back out all funky like that. What's up, Zach?
I should just check my bag.
Huh?
You think I should just check my bag, then I can just carry my shit?
Yeah.
Well, because if I check it now, it's cheaper than
yeah.
Yeah.
We have boxes here too if you want stuff, or Raina and them have a box.
So I have my suitcase, I have my purse, and then I have a brown paper bag full of plants. And so I'm allowed 2 things on the plane. I figure if I just have my purse and my thing.
Let me see. Is that the?
It's the Mike's Magpap, Tim Anderson Schmippy.
Yeah. Some of those. What's up? Yeah, this was the variegated. One I showed you back there. This is its
That is
variegated
insane.
sibling, but these come out super pink and sin's almost faded. But
Circus peanuts? Or...
yeah, big circus peanuts.
I saw it back there and I was like,
Yeah, they're
I know that
slowly
one.
trying to get them to set seed. They only set seed in the winter here, and then the summer I cut them all back because it gets too hot. They won't set seed. So
Oh.
hopefully we get some seed from them. Yeah, these are some other weird. This is the table full of like weirdo variegated or.
So this corner is the one that I want to
Yeah, there's a bunch of
look at stuff.
cool stuff over here, weird stuff. That's put this giant like 8-10 foot heat mat on here for the winter to keep all these nice and happy and growing. Here's another cool one. So it's like a purple raspberry crystal color.
Wow.
That's super nice. Keeps these purple veins and then super crystally.
What zone are you guys in here?
This is like 9B or whatever, almost 10. Yeah, it's like we get like a few days of cold weather or frosty here, but yeah, we're like 9B, so like almost 10. Oh yeah, this is one called Crazy Frog.
You need to go through here.
This
Crazy.
is
This
is another. This is like a miniature. There's another one over. This is a second generation rhododendron cross with like a purple crystal, but the other moms are in the other greenhouse, but they're all, massive. But this one stayed small and miniature and kept all these really cool veins on it. And then there's the sibling is over here. There's two of them that stayed small. Let's see.
You really enjoy rhododendron.
I do.
Yeah.
He does too. Everything we've looked at that's cool
Then this
is like
is-
rhododendron.
Yeah. Yeah, if any of y'all want a giant rhododendron, there's a huge one. And I have like a bunch of little seedlings. So this is its sibling over here. This one has the cool veins and small, but not as nice of an emergent. But
So that's a sibling of the crazy
the crazy
frog?
frog, yeah.
Wow.
And then, these are like the second gen Lux stuff. This is like Lux Swampmanii. I see you start to get some velvet back in there. I'll show you some other ones. There's some more like second generation Lux stuff over there. Hopefully this year will be some like third gen stuff. So yeah, this is another crazy cool variegated one, like a really nice narrow purple chocolatey. This is another rhododendron cross too, second generation rhododendron cross. So after the first generation, you can start to get like velvety back in there. You breed out. I think there's some first gen stuff over there, but the first gen stuff you get the real waxy leaf, but you still get the cool shape. So you find the shape that you like, and then you breed that with like another velvety plant, and you'll get more kind of like sub velvet or some velvet back into the second generation. So yeah,
This is beautiful.
yeah, that's big pink. That's a cool one.
Yeah, it is.
I think that is. Oh yeah, that's one. That's a plant from Mike Twyford's yard. I don't know if you've ever been to his place, but he's in Miami. But yeah, it's a cool plant from him.
This
From
leaf?
Yeah, crossed with the Swampmanii. But yeah, this is a cool one. It's like super pink when it comes out. The back still might be pink, but no, a little bit. Yeah, those are cool. So hopefully this one should make some flowers soon. You gotta like baby them for a long time. The variegated ones, yeah, it takes forever. Here's like a cool mutated crystal from Costa Rica, the Costa Rican crystal. It's like
That's
a weird, super
crazy.
narrow,
Yeah.
really cool veins. That's a neat one. Yeah. This mutated form came off of, this is the non-mutated form of this same plant over here. But yeah, super dark and has like the kind of intricate crystally veins that disappear off the edge of the leaf.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's the unmutated form, and then this is like the mutated sport that came out that's been pretty stable since flowered and has been super narrow and keeps this super dark, really cool narrow crystal. Let's see what else. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff around here. Some more of those velvety. That's at Ralph Lyman, Fort Sherman with the like golden, I don't know, mint velvet or whatever you call that comes out. But yeah. Let's see.
I don't know how busy the New Orleans airport is. Like,
It's
2 hours
pretty.
ahead, okay?
Oh yeah. These are some more weird rhododendron stuff. This is Browniopsis, a little seedling.
Ooh.
Show you.
These are really long and narrow.
Super long. This is the table full of all the freaks and stuff, all the variegated and freaky stuff, or really nice stuff that wants to sit on the heat mat through winter, so we get them to grow faster. Some really nice crystal stuff. Yeah, we're kind of
Super silvery.
Yeah, super silvery or dark, or the secret through getting through winter to keep them growing is just put them on a heat mat. But yeah, these are some like first gen rhododendron crosses with this plant, the Dark Magician. This really cool flat, wide sinus velvet. But yeah, these are all So like you see, like the first generation is you keep a lot of the waxy from the mom, from like if you mix the waxy with the non-waxy, and these are
Oh, here's your baby.
there's a big one, a little baby right there.
There's your baby.
Yeah, and then these are all like rhododendron, pap, and portier and stuff. The peanut butter and the jelly. Yeah, these are two weird mutants. You want to see those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Raina and Jean have jelly, right?
Oh, Cass, I traded Cass the jelly.
Nice.
This is jelly right here.
Cass's jelly. I was like, somebody was talking about it.
But this is the jelly one, has like purple veins and this crazy like texture.
Oh wow!
And this is another plant. This is a cross from a plant we got from Marie, and then another one from Mike. This is like another second generation rhododendron cross. These are all like the tiny seed batches that I've only got like 4 or 5 seedlings from that are from these little cups. So it's like
that makes sense.
We'll let them grow out a little bigger, and then and then this is our old. This is the OG Doc Block F2. So I do have a pretty nice sized clone of that over there. But this is father and mother to many of babies. They all turn out really nice. But the big one that like that big crystal all the way in the front of them. That's the one. It's like it should flower pretty soon. It's like a big size one. These are cool. This is a really weird pap we call just like very special pap crossed with repap. This is it's like a really wide, dark, narrow pap.
What's that one back
These
there?
back here are our Dark Magician crossed with the stripy mag pap.
Okay. Those are really nice. Yeah.
Potentially, it's just like let me grow them out like another couple of months, because it's like this is a plant that only makes. I've gotten to set seed like over a few times, so there's only a few of those around. I think I have like 3 crosses from this that have successfully made seed, and they always just make a few. But some of these are really cool, and they're like this ember colored like variegation that comes out. I'll show you some over there, but I've kind of just been letting them get a little more mature to see like which ones are flat, which ones have but that's it. These are little Angustilobium seedlings.
We got one of those.
Are these for sale?
Yeah, these are for sale. The big ones are like $250, and then these are like $125 for the smaller ones. But these are all pretty big and healthy. These are like pretty much a year old or so.
You have Hoffmanii, right? Don't you?
Yeah, the original, the Indonesian one or whatever.
Well, whatever you have.
Yeah, the Hoffmanii IX Indo Dressler.
Yeah.
Bought it as Indonesian Dresslerii like 7 or 8 years ago, and everybody's like, no, now it's called Hoffmanii IX, and then a few years ago, everybody's like, now it's called Dresslerii again. To sell, it's just like, they're all the same plants. Yeah, these are some circus peanut hybrids. This is like a weird small.
Yeah.
These are its siblings right here, and this is like a little weird one that decided to stay miniature, like really compact, really cool one.
It like looks like it wants to lay flat.
It's like got this really cool growth habit where it's like it's kind of just staying really squat and putting up pretty big leaves, but it's just it's growing out wider than taller. But these are some of the bigger ones, but they have like a really nice, like this one you might be able to see, but they have really cool like blue oil slicky kind of iridescent emergent. These are kind of at the midway point. Let's see, I think these are all its siblings over here. I don't know if any of these are this one probably is pretty iridescent still, but it's hard to pick that up on the camera. But it's like a blue green, super cool iridescent color. And then, yeah, it looks like it's going to get huge,
I
like
think
most circus peanuts do.
sometimes if I do it sideways, it picks that up. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, these are kind of past their prime. Let's see if any of them have.
Oh,
Yeah, this one's kind of
did it.
reflecting on the blue to the right,
Yeah.
but yeah, this one's a really nice velvety, like iridescent velvet. Oh yeah, these are silver Peru pap crosses. These are cool. It's another neat
That's
one.
beautiful.
Yeah, super dark and like waxy subvelvet. So those are getting. We'll make some. I don't know. Crossed one of these with a trilobe, so we'll see how that. It looks like it took, so that should be a cool one. Those are Angustilobium or Portier Angustilobium crosses. All these super. Yeah, these.
That's
I think.
really gorgeous.
Yeah, Portier
How much are
Angustilobium.
those?
Not for sale.
Not for sale.
Or trade. You got
Gotcha.
something cool you want to trade, but yeah, that was a tiny little seed batch. I'll probably sell some soon. What I'll probably
like
do
that
is just like
really
cut most
skinny
of
one.
them, and then just keep them as like that's what I kind of do with like all of the harder to breed stuff. These are all kind of like the nicer stuff or props of mother clone plants over here. This little section.
Is that one available? This one right here?
This I have another one that's in a bin inside. This is like
Okay.
a plant that's been healthy growing, but it's just been
Slow.
no, it's just suffered a lot of unfortunate events. Like it's
Okay.
fallen off the table a few times and
Right.
has died. And
Is the one inside maybe available?
yeah, I can check that.
Okay.
It was like a one
no.
leafer, but this was another. Yeah, it's like just
That's
suffered a lot of. Last summer I think it got too hot and stressed out,
Yeah.
and then kind of melted and then came back.
Yeah.
This is habitatum or habatum from.
3 years for a piece of your queen crystal. So
There's some F2s over there. Yeah, there's like a whole table of F2s across like where Zach is, but on that other table over there. Yeah, Zach will show you. Those are all the Crystal Queen F2s. Yeah. Yeah, this is a cool. I call this one Slender Man. This is like 2 rhododendron crosses from Mike.
I thought when
But-
you said this one had unfortunate events, it was that one. I just went like this, and I
one-
went boop, and I was like,
oh no! Yeah,
No.
this one, the mother over there is about the same size. I just want to make sure I have one of them to keep that does good. These are Dr. Block Red, too many crystal actins like that. This is a clone. I'll show you of our mother plant. This is
Oh,
I
nice.
can sell you one of these. I think this might be the last one I have, but if you like this one, I'll show you the mom. It's like a really cool black.
And
Cool.
these ones back here are nose as well.
This whole cross, which are like all of these, some of these are for sale. I'll just have to. Which one do you like? And I'll tell you. Yeah, no,
Well,
that
obviously
one.
that one
yeah.
back there, but that one's a no. Those 2 are really cute.
Yeah, these I can sell. Usually sell these for like $150 for like the really black purple ones.
Put that one
That
is
one's
in our pile here.
Yeah, and then there's some of these have like that really cool. I think we're at the halfway point between
That one?
hardening off. Yeah. Let me see if I have another one that looks
Okay.
similar.
Like
Because
I said,
these are like 3rd generation rhododendron crosses. So,
like
yeah, some of these cool crazy vein ones. Yeah, pretty much be like $150 for most of these.
okay.
But some of them are like have these really special kind of. Well, this one's not, but some of them have these
I
like
love
really
that.
cool electric purple
Same.
emergence and
I
stuff.
always gravitate to them.
Like these are some cool ones that did that too. Like these are all
I like
super
those.
mutated, variegated stuff that turned out to be normal after, it looked like it was going to stay all this like mutated, variegated, what you call like the little splotchy variegation. This whole tray was like this, and then they all turned out to be normal as they grew up.
No.
That's why try and hold stuff before selling it when it's like this, and
Yeah.
I don't want to sell somebody something like, oh, it looks promising, but then it's like I'm gonna charge you a bunch of dollars on this, and it's like, oh, it turns out to be, pretty normal looking after a while. So usually, yeah, and they're fun to grow out. It's like it's nice to do your due diligence as a breeder and a grower to grow them out and make sure like a mutation or a trait is stable over time. You're not just like get 1 or 2 leaves that look cool. You want to make sure it stays like that for a while.
I think that's like respectable and like it makes your name better longer, like than some of the
Yeah.
people that come in,
It's not-
sell just random stuff.
Yeah, just trying to make $1 or $2 really as fast as you can. But yeah, it's also you don't want to sell something to someone and then not be true to form or something like that. Or if you make like a really weird intersectional cross or something kooky, you want to at least grow them out and be like, okay, this actually I think looks like one of each of the parents, or didn't get cross pollinated, or didn't get self-pollinated or something, not by accident from something else in your greenhouse. But yeah, some more cool silvery crystally stuff. This is like weird mutated leaf, but
That's
I think
insane.
these are all all the old holdbacks that whenever we get the new greenhouse will get nice and they'll get a pot of their own. They'll have a 6-inch pot. They'll be happy. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff in this tray probably. Some really nice silvery and veiny stuff. Like big fat crystals, we got some cool big fat crystal stuff over there. That's interesting.
Do you have more like this? I'm sure this one isn't for sale, but do you have more? Do you see this?
Yeah, that's one of the Costa
This
Rican crystal selfs. Yeah.
Is amazing.
Yeah, I think there's Zach. He found a bunch of weird ones like this. We might have some more of these.
Is this sold already, or is this?
This is like a holdback kind of. So
You don't want to.
yeah, I don't know. If you got something cool to trade, maybe.
Well, I got,
Yeah.
I got some
Yeah,
stuff.
or I'll cut it. It's a lot of those I've been slowly wanting to cut. Some Bessier hybrids and crystal purple stuff and cross. And this is the Dark Magician. This is the mom. I do have clones of this. I separated my mom, and it was I think not setting seed because it had too many heads.
Yeah.
And it just like wouldn't set seeds. I finally cut it up a couple weeks ago, but these are all they come out like roughly and weird and get contorted at some stages of their life, and they just
she's gorgeous.
super flat. But
do a trade for that.
yeah, but I got like 3 of those, so those are cool.
Okay,
those are
very
some
cool.
weird ones, and then this was that crossed with rhododendron, just the species, so those should be
I like
pretty weird.
Like that.
Yeah, I'll show you. That was just on the tray. I'll show you how these it might be past its prime, but there was somewhere back here. Oh, this is another one, but yeah, this is kind of what it hardens off to, like this golden color. Yeah. But yeah, there's like a few of those. I know some in that tray are variegated. They just kind of go to green after they have that kind of.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah. This is Swampmanii I crossed with the rhododendron, but yeah, we call these the Dali dagger because they look like a Salvador Dali, like drippy painting.
Yeah.
So hopefully this mutation stays. It looks like this one's
I think it's going to.
looking cool. And then these
Yeah.
are some other super narrow 2nd-gen rhododendron crosses. But yeah, say like this one, you get one crazy weird leaf, and then the next leaf is just normal, and people are like, I want to buy it. I'm like, I'm not gonna sell that to you for
like a high price.
yeah, well, you just like, if I was gonna sell it, it'd be a lot of money if it's stable, but I don't want to sell it to you and then it's not stable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
That happens all too often.
yeah.
But that's so respectable, though. That you don't, you know what I mean? Because
you
too
don't
many
base
people.
it off of one lead.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also, I want to keep it too. If it does that, I want to keep it. This is the
Why would you want to sell
yeah.
Exactly.
That's a weird that's crystal warrock, weird mutated. Looks like it's gonna stay stable, but we'll see. Yeah, another little weird one. Yeah.
I was like, that's cute.
But
Whatever that is right there comes off blue,
Oh,
crazy
that?
color on the camera.
Yeah, that's like Ace of Spades from Bill. Yeah.
The more I looked at it, the
That
better.
one's insane.
Yeah. Which one?
This one here.
Oh yeah, there's I think I showed you that one inside that was like a red pink,
Yes.
that's speckled. That's one of these
Yeah.
really cool ones. So
Look what that leaf did.
yeah, little weird
Oh,
double leaf.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was the clone of that F2 too.
Oh,
that big
perfect.
one, so yeah, weird one that we got from Marie. That was she had labeled it as Hoffmanii as a species, but it's not that. Some plant she got from John Banta years ago that they thought was a true Hoffmanii, but it's not. But yeah, this was crossed with Bessier AFF. The last one out of the whole seed batch is the only one that I kept out of that. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've gotten so many pictures and videos of it.
Let's see, this leaf is kind of bad looking, but this is the Indo Hoffmanii X crossed with Bessier. But these are cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Like little fat chunky guy.
Yeah, these are some real fat
That's
crystal
my plant. Don't
stuff.
touch it.
I just right away.
Oh, let's see.
And I love it.
It's Moronins.
Yeah, some
by
big
Zora Michelle.
fat crystal. This is
And
the
then
Swampmanii
Moronins by Red Banker
SKG
Phoenix.
gray stuff. But yeah, these are
And then
the big fat
Morocco.
crystals.
It's like leather. It's
Wow.
And like nice
Ooh,
black.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
These are all the fat crystal babies over here.
Oh, this is
What do you
This
got?
is
I'm sure
Swampmanii.
gone.
Oh, this is over here.
That's adorable.
That. No, these
I know I
guys.
can't touch
This?
anything in this tray.
Yeah.
These are. This is what? Yeah, third generation. 1, 2. Yeah, this is third generation Lux. So this is our Anaconda, which is Tim Anderson Dark Mag Lux crossed with a repap, and then this was crossed with another pap. So this is third generation Lux cross. So you
That
start
one right there is so dark.
Yeah. So yeah, they're kind of been on the hopefully they come back. These I think got unhappy in the winter time. So these are Swampmanii crossed with a Rhododendron X Stock Block Purple. This tray. Their Swampmanii is our old cross that's like a Hoffmanii X Stock Block.
Oh, this one is this list?
Yeah. And then this is Rhododendron X Stock Block Purple. So they have two of the same, the fathers. These 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these are the same. Yeah.
Thank God.
But yeah.
They're all the same. So these are for sale?
These are let me see what I haven't really tagged most of these, but there's a few of them that I have tagged. Yeah. You can have that one. This one. Yeah, we keep that one, just see if that one grows out. But yeah, that was a weird one. If you want to put your name in it, go get a tag and write your name in it, and if it grows out and looks good. But yeah, these you can have all of these for like $35 each for those.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because there's a few in there that I was gonna keep, but yeah, you
These
can.
ones?
Yeah, this one's got like a crazy black purple emergent.
Okay,
There's
so
like
these ones are not. Because we're like, oh, are they lost tags?
no, we just
These
haven't
are
gotten
good
around to
okay.
printing a bajillion tags. But yeah, some of these
It's cute.
we're gonna let these grow out a little more. They kind of were like these look happy. Some of them when I took them out of the over winter, they got a little sad. So
Okay.
we're hoping they bounce back now. Spring is here, so yeah, some of them are good, and then
Okay.
some of them are.
Are you okay now to look at our pile? My pile.
Yeah, your pile, yeah.
It doesn't smell like circus peanuts.
Oh,
I thought it would. Holy shit.
When I walked into Nice Plants Good Pots, I honestly wasn't planning to film anything at all. We only had 2 hours, a huge group, and everyone was on a mission for plants. But then I started talking to Jacob. And next thing you know, he's showing us around, sharing the history of some incredible plants. And you already know, I can't say no to a mini tour, even when I'm completely overstimulated. By the time we wrapped up, Jacob threw out the idea of us coming back in a few months to film a full property tour, including their brand new greenhouse that's not finished yet. And now I need your help. Should we make that happen? Would you be interested in seeing that happen? Let me know in the comments because I'm already tempted. Make sure you're following so you don't miss anything if we do. And huge thank you to Raina and Jean from Grow Crazy for inviting us to their open house, organizing the entire trip for everyone, feeding us all weekend, and bringing us here. Truly some of the kindest people and the kind of host you'll never forget. And of course, shout out to everyone else who came down. Go check out their pages for even more fun footage from this New Orleans trip. And special thanks to Monet, my right hand, who films some of these clips and is always down to help me out with videos. Honestly, this is what it's all about. Nice plants, good people, and moments you didn't plan, but end up being the most memorable.